Let's see.
I can use my headphones.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to use my headphones. American Apostate, Melba, and Shishi. Hi, everyone. I'm gonna wait for people to filter in a little bit before we start talking about the bullshit from today. Oh, and of course Miranda's gonna join. Hey Miranda, do you want to come into the live? I can invite you into the live if you would like, and we can talk back and forth. But that's up to you. I'm just bringing up the notes from today, which were a complete and total disaster. Oh, interesting. So when you go to the top level domain, it's actually showing my live session in the front page. So if you go to thistleandmoss.com. By the way, if anybody wants to come into the live, just ask, and I'll poke you an invite, and we can talk through. It'd be really nice if I had somebody to talk through all this bullshit with. Well, I just watch Miranda and make sure that things don't go off kilter. So I think probably the big thing is that everyone is now aware of is that Mexico and Canada both have sort of bent to the will of the orange Mick shits his pants tiny hands demands. Although I don't know that I would really call those demands. In Mexico's case, they had to put troops at the border, and then they had to, try to stem the flow of drugs into the country. That sort of makes sense. That should have been a no-brainer to start with. But the real problem that I have from today's events were that Donald bended on his turning Canada into a 51st state. That was all bullshit. That entire mess was a sham. It was all because he just wants border security. Okay, I mean, you could have just asked for that to begin with without all this fucking posturing. We're going to turn Canada into the 51st state. Of course, the downswing to that is I think his base is going to get very upset at him because I think his base wanted that bullshit. And now they're not going to get it. Let's not even talk about Greenland. What happened to Greenland? Is Greenland still a thing? I haven't heard any rumblings about it, so I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm not really sure about how that's working out. So now we don't have to worry about tariffs for 30 days. Or is Trump just talking about tariffs just bullshit? Is it all just he's not gonna? Hi, Shibali. Right. Nobody nowhere. Everything they do is performative bullshit. It's all to distract us from the fact that Elon is doing shit, and we're not supposed to see that. But we're seeing that. We're actually seeing Musk doing all the shit to the Treasury that he's doing. I have to tell everybody that the 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 Musk shit fuckery post um, is slowly creeping up to like the number 5 most interacted with article on Thistle and Moss. And I sort of like, I keep waiting for the article that's going to take out the Jessica Denson post, um, which is in the thousands of likes. Um, yeah, I agree, Amber. He should be arrested. Um, so so yeah. So we have the Jessica Denson post. That's the number 1 post. Now, the Marjorie Taylor Greene adulterer, QAnon queen, dumbass redneck bitch post. That's actually the number 2 post on the publication now, and I think that that's funny. But I was really expecting the Marjorie Taylor Greene porn feather boa in the G string, the lying Christian adulterer fuck toy post. I was expecting that post to be the number 1 post on the publication, but it's not because everybody liked Marjorie Taylor Greene's high school photo, I guess, a little bit better than um, than an AI generated image of her half naked in a bedroom that Donald Trump would probably be in. I'm pretty sure Trump would be in that room with her. But anyway, so yeah, yeah, she does, and I have to tell you, Amber, she's from the state that I live in, so um, it's the district that she represents in the state of Georgia is a very backwards district. It's basically the northwest corner of the state. So that's Rome, Georgia, um, and Somerville, and Dalton, Calhoun, and that area. And here's the issue with that: that area is a major trafficking line for methamphetamine. There's a huge methamphetamine tracking pipeline that goes from northwest Georgia um, down into down into the city and other areas. See, now Raphael Warnock, he represents basically the city of Atlanta and the outlying um, senatorial district. So Atlanta is very blue. You stay within the what they call the perimeters highway in Atlanta. For anybody that's not from Atlanta, they would know this. There's a highway that goes around the city of Atlanta. It's called 285, and anything pretty much inside. So there's this whole thing in Atlanta called inside the perimeter versus outside the perimeter. And so if you're inside the perimeter, it's blue as fuck. And all of the gay neighborhoods are in the city of Atlanta proper. And hey Miranda, can you do me a favor? Can you do a post in the mainstream that we're doing a live? I'd appreciate that if you could. Thank you. So yeah, um, it's anyway. So yeah, Marjorie's from the state, and most of the people in the state don't like her. Don't like her at all. And she just represents a lot of bad things. Thank you, Miranda. She represents a lot of bad things that are wrong with our government and are wrong with America. So that's why I pick on her. She's an easy target because she does a lot of fucked up shit. But then so does yeah, her whole thing with Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett as a POC, um, and she's a Texas person too. That is already like very shocking to me that she represents Texas, and she's a Democrat, and she's a person of color, and she's a female. That seems um, entirely counter to what Texas as a state is like. And so, um, well, I know what he post that, cross post that into one of the article comments, and I'll make sure that um, I get it. I get it pushed out somewhere, or just DM it to me, and I'll bolster a post on top of it. Um, so the one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, because I have a real issue, and I need everybody to kind of listen, and I need sort of honest answers from everybody. Miranda and I got into an argument today with um, uh, another Substacker. And Miranda will make a comment about the fact that um, this happened, and I'm going to sort of read through what happened because I was going to publish an article about it, but I don't know. I'm sort of up in the air. So basically, another Substacker published an article where he was complaining about how the Democratic Party is doing nothing. And the gist of the article is that um, he's demanding for um, Democrats to do more because they're not doing enough. And so um, the constant rise in authoritarianism, arguing without um, defining actionable steps, um, and all of the demands that are or are not being made are completely meaningless. And so he contends that blaming Democrats for inaction ignores the fact that voters themselves strip them of power while willingly supporting an authoritarian agenda. Um, and instead of expecting powerless politicians to act, the article that he wrote urges citizens to take responsibility. So he's trying to make a personal responsibility argument for everyone else to take action. And I don't disagree with this, but um, you know, so I sort of just said, okay. And then he said it demands strategic, sustained action, but he doesn't believe that there is any real plan or edification of a plan. He's just bitching about how people aren't taking personal responsibility. And so my response to him was like, this is defeatist bullshit. Because that's what it is. It's defeatist bullshit. You say there's not a plan, and you say that people are not taking personal responsibility. And so that's bullshit. I don't agree with that. So I said, Democrats don't have full power. But sitting around and saying shit like, well, I guess we're screwed, because that's what his article was saying. That's not it. I mean, we have to fight dirty. We have to use loopholes. We have to block everything that we can. We have to raise all manner of hell that we can, call out corruption, flood the streets, make noise, drag every Republican through the mud that we can to defend ourselves. And that's the plan. And so, he replied and he basically said, I hadn't engaged him on his article. He basically said, he said, oh, I never said, well, I guess we're screwed. The entire point was about strategy and action, not just whining, not just doing something for the sake of it, but doing something that actually works. So he's trying to push this agenda for a larger plan. And so he tells me, he says, you say fight dirty, use every loophole, block everything, raise hell. Okay. How? what specifically does that look like when Democrats don't control the House, the Senate, or the White House? What is it? And so I got really mad, and I told him, I was like, I did read your piece, and I told you that it was defeatist bullshit because that's what it was. You're basically um, you're acting like there's some perfect solution to the problem. You don't know what that perfect solution is, and you're bitching about people not doing anything to attain that perfect solution, which is just more bullshit. So I told him, I was like, we need to engage in lawfare. Lawfare, that's a word. Um, Republicans weaponize the courts. Cool. We should do the same. State AGs and DAs in blue controlled states and regions need to start investigations. They need to press charges. They need to tie up GOP figures. Start legal battles. We need to engage in disruption. You say mass protests get met with violence? Because he did say that. Good. Make that violence a story. Organize walkouts, strikes, city shutdowns. Make it impossible for businesses to do business while all this bullshit is going on. Media warfare. Stop playing nice with the mainstream media. Build aggressive endpoints of news. I think I've done that pretty consistently with Thistle and Moss. If anybody doubts, yeah, my connection's probably misbehaving. If that's the case, I'll make sure that I post this live later so that everybody can listen. But basically, media warfare. Build a left-leaning. I'm not sure why. Let's see if it gets any better. Give it a few minutes. Like I said, I'm going to post a video in a podcast episode no matter what happens. So I don't want there to be lag, but I also want people to be able to comment um, and discuss. Here, let me take a look. Oh, okay. I'm looking pretty solid, so I don't know. And I'm not getting okay. Well, anyway, so I'll just keep talking. And like I said, I'll post the. So anyway, so the guy bitches and moans at me, and so I said, media warfare. Let's set up. Um, oh, well, maybe Substack is having a problem proctoring through, but everything is okay on this, so I'm just going to keep talking through it. I mean, I'm standing at almost a gigabit. So, let's engage in media warfare. Fuck off to the mass media. Fuck off to everybody else basically. That I'm sorry, my iPad is a challenge. There we go. Crapper. Okay. Anyway, sorry. So then I said, sabotage the agenda. So blue states should refuse to comply with federal overreach, nullification, legal slow walking. I basically drew out a framework for what people should do to deal with taking personal responsibility while we're dealing with this. So I laid out all that plan, and then he literally snapped back and said, you're still missing the point of the article. And I was like, he said, pull me to the part where I said there's a perfect solution because I'm genuinely curious about where you exactly read that. I don't think people should be killed. I don't think people being killed is good. If you do, that's certainly a perspective one can have. I never made that statement. I never said, and you can say break the Constitution, sure, but you can't say you want the Constitution followed afterward. Yeah, tone police, exactly. And so you don't get to put the pieces back together. You aren't just breaking it for the other side, you're breaking it for everybody. And so I said, you didn't say there was a perfect solution, but you spent a lot of words shooting down every imperfect one without offering much of a think strategically statement. And no, I don't want people to be hurt. I've said this before. I'm a druid. I don't want people to be harmed. I don't. I don't want Orange McShits his pants to be harmed in any way. I would like for him to go to prison, and I would like for him to stop being president. That has nothing to do with me wanting to for him to experience harm. Although I understand there are people in our community that may feel that way. Um, I don't necessarily feel that way. I feel like everybody should get due process, even Orange McTiny Hands oh shits his pants. And so I said all that, and so he was like, "Stop asking. Why aren't the Democrats doing more? Why am I not doing more? And what am I willing to do? And you still don't get what I wrote." And so then I just literally told him, I said, "Look, now you're arguing in complete outside of good faith. So here we are yet again. You've said to me like 3 times, um, you just don't understand my argument, which is a great way to avoid addressing criticism. I basically took the dude's article, tore it apart, pointed out all the flaws, and he just kept saying, "You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it." And finally, I just said, "Okay, you're just going to keep saying that in defense of your article because you don't understand where the holes in your own logic are." And so I told him, I said, "You frame this as a personal responsibility issue, but you ignore the reality that individual action alone won't counter systemic power. And it just won't work. So, yes, organizing and activism matter, but pretending Democrats have zero agency is fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit to say that. It's fucking bullshit for anyone to even assume that. I mean, Hakeem Jeffries wouldn't have told, um, the sitting houses that if you want to get shit done, you better make sure that federal aid doesn't stop, and you better be sure that spending is covered, and you better be sure that all this other shit that you're trying to do better stop. Because if it doesn't, you're not going to get one Democratic vote. And I'll remind you, bitches, you need 2/3 in the House to make shit happen. And you can only use the nuclear option a handful of times. That doesn't happen all that often. And so, I told him, and then I told him, but hey, if condescension is your thing, um, and it makes you feel better about yourself, go right ahead and do it. Just don't pretend you're actually debating when all you're doing is patting yourself on the back because you think that what you have to say is valid. So the point that the reason that I bring this up to all of you is that I want all of you to hold me accountable. If I say shit and it's wrong, I want to be told that it's wrong. If I say shit and there are logical holes in the argument that I am making, it is up to you guys to tell me. I expect you all to tell me. If you don't tell me, then I can't fix it. And if I can't fix it, then what the fuck am I going to do? Why am I even doing any of the things that I am doing if I can't be held accountable? So I am asking all of you to hold me accountable. Please, for the love of all things, hold me accountable. Because if you don't hold me accountable, then I can't fix the situation. Well, Miranda holds me accountable because she just doesn't want me to use the word fuck constantly. But I use the word fuck constantly anyway. And so, there's that. I brace for a Miranda comment upon me saying that, by the way. Um, you know, um, she edits the other writers in the publication, I think, much better than she edits me. But right, I am. You should just say fuck as often as you want. Please say fuck. Say fuck a lot. It's good. It's healthy. It's I hate to use I hate to use the the IT crowd analogy, but there was that time where Moss tells Roy, "Some days I just want to use harsh language," and and Roy looks at him and says, "Moss, you should use harsh language. It'll help. It'll be a calming and effective thing." So the tone police dude, I have an article to publish about it, and probably against my better judgment, I linked the original article. I'm not going to do that if I publish it, but I wanted everyone to understand that you're reading my publication and you're reading the work that we as a publication. So myself, Miranda, Heliantha, Charlie, Alex, um, the other people who are writing for the publication, you guys are reading that shit. So if there's something wrong with it, I expect all of you to tell me. Because if it was something that I wrote, then I can fix it. If it was something that somebody else wrote, I can go, beat somebody on the head and go, "You need to fix this right now," so that we don't have problems. So that's sort of the flow about the argument from earlier today. So does anybody have any questions? Hi, Ruth. I don't think you've ever joined the live session before. Um, uh, Open floor. Ask any question related to anything that we write about or anything that I personally can answer, and I will answer it. So go. You got like 3 minutes. Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree that he's. Oh, okay. Well, great. Thank you for coming. Do you have a question about the publication or about anything that I can answer? No holds barred. Ask anything you want. You can even ask something silly and I'll answer it. Everyone will probably laugh at the answer, but that's completely that's completely acceptable. Um, I will ask, does everybody like it that I'm doing live sessions? Do you find those beneficial? I think the answer is yes, but I don't want to. No, I don't think that's wrong, Amber. I think a lot of people want to crucify her. Um, I think numerous people um, want to crucify that woman. I hope they do. Uh, I hope they do. Yeah, I'm pretty uh, Shibboleth. All of us want her to, basically pound sand and disappear. Um, I think as a whole we would benefit better um, if she did. Um, so Shibboleth, are you in Texas? Is that, or are you just a fan? Here, I'm gonna sort of. Here we go. Sorry, you guys get to view my back wall a little bit. Um, Yeah, I think a number of people would have voted for her. Um, um, would vote for her if she ran for president. Forgive my somewhat malfunctioning dress. Yes, I bought a dress um, on TikTok. Don't judge me. Oh, I mean, Shibboleth, how far are you from Springfield? Um, and if you're not far from it, what has it turned into? And don't be ashamed. Um, I mean, I live in Georgia, and Georgia is a very um, difficult place to live politically. Like I said, you go, 80 miles north, and you um, you get Marjorie Taylor Greene. Dogs and cats. So I have a cat. There is a tabby cat in this house named Coltrane. Um, I'll give a oh you're talking about the people in Ohio that eat the cats and dogs. I'm sort of not believing. Oh, sure, okay. Um, Still waiting for a question from Ruth. Oh, okay. So you're in Columbus, Shibboleth? Um, oh, I mean, I could start telling jokes. I mean, I do that really well. You guys won't like me if I do that, though. I'm not, as Miranda can attest, I'm not that fun in person. I'm really not. And if she says I am, don't believe her. Um, she's just my editor. She has to be nice to me. Uh, you love my rage. I get very mad, and I think people should maybe be aware that when I get very upset, so here's what happens. So I read some bullshit or whatever, um, you know, out on whatever news site or whatever, and I get really, really fucking mad about it. And then I open up my text editor on my shitty Chromebook. Um, and let's be fair, I do a bunch of writing on my shitty Chromebook, but I'm just going to tell you that that's where most of the writing on Thistle and Moss gets done. This big, huge machine right here that my partner built for me. Um, so that's like the $1,400 ATI video card. So if you're a gamer person or whatever, I have a crazy expensive. Uh, um, I have a crazy expensive video because I'm a gamer. I When I'm not doing news shit and I'm not doing info security shit for my job, um, then I'm playing video games because I'm a video games person. Um, I'll give a 30-day comped uh, gift to the person that can guess the three games that I play. If you guess the three games I play consistently, then I'll give that person a free 30-day paid sub. I mean, if you get one, I might even do it anyway. So, uh, oh, Charlotte Clymer is live. Um, Interesting. Uh, so let me take a look and see what Sims D&D. No, I am not a Sims player. I am a D&D player. I've been a D&D player for a long time. Although, admittedly, I don't play D&D near as much anymore, and more Pathfinder. So, as far as tabletop RPG stuff goes, I play Pathfinder more than I play um, D&D. No, I'm not a Call of Duty player. Call of Duty is a very toxic gaming environment to play in because most of the people that play Call of Duty are the Trumpy type of person. And so there's a lot of toxicity that goes on in Call of Duty. And so I try to stay away from those spaces. Yeah, duty, Call of Duty. um, so, um, anyway, Miranda, are you still there watching? Please tell me you are. Oh, Magic the Gathering. I look okay. I'm 52 years old, so um, I have a stack of Magic the Gathering decks in a storage box somewhere in my house. Um, and so, oh yeah, you can make me laugh. It doesn't happen very often, but I'm a trans woman. I laugh a lot. Um, I laugh quite a bit, actually. Um, oh, okay. So Miranda's not paying attention. So we can randomly talk about her. I could tell you a funny story about her if you want. Um, um, that's funny. It's funny when people talk. Shibali, if you want to come into the live, you can come into the live if you want, and then you can make all the comments, and you can ask all the shit you want, and I will nominally entertain you, especially if you're watching from your phone. Now, if you hear any laughter that's going on over here, that's my spouse partner. She's watching some what 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 the hell is she? Oh, she's watching first reactions movies videos. So it's people watching a movie and then catching their reactions. What movie is it? Oh, they're watching Blade, the original Wesley Snipes Blade. That's um, is oh hmm. I don't know. Maybe Substack is just being shitty with its transfer protocol. I finally got to where um, you can watch the live now on a device other than your iPad or phone or whatever. You can actually do a desktop watch. Maybe that's why the lagging. Hey, hey, come here. Okay. Okay. Don't. My cat being shitty. Uh, my cat being a shithead again. My cat is very pretentious, by the way. When I do live sessions, um, if you see my cat, it's because my cat has deemed it necessary to have human contact. He doesn't. he doesn't make a habit out of, you know. Excuse me. Oh, you know what? Let's try for it. Let's just see. Let's see how this. Let's see how this works. I'm gonna laugh if this actually does anything, but I don't know. You know, I love fucking around with technology. So, hi Tig, how's it going? We're gonna see if Sheba. Sheba, did you get a notification? I'm curious to know if you did or not. Um, no, Amber, Chromebooks don't suck, by the way. I do a large amount of writing on a Chromebook. Because when you're writing, I mean, that's literally all I need is a text editor, um, and, you know, grammar check and spell check. If that's all I need from a writing perspective, then Chromebooks are amazing. Um, oh, wow, that did work. Sheba, I can see your ceiling though. That's kind of weird. Well, at least it's pretty. Oh, and we lost. We lost Sheba. Oh, I was gonna try for it. I'm just gonna warn you. I'm gonna randomly do that to people that come into the live, um, just so you know. Uh, just so we just so we can try to make that happen. But actually, what I think now is if I can do lives now on my big behemoth machine now, that'll be great because then I can actually like interact with a live session better. So I let me look at that actually. Like if I go out to out to can I do no, it doesn't look like maybe they've perfected that yet. Oh, Kona has joined. Let's see if we can. Uh, I'm putting people on the spot by doing this. Whoops, no. Yeah. We're gonna see if this works. Um, I'm gonna find it funny if it does. Um, I'm easily entertained. Can you tell? I'm easily entertained. Can you tell? Oh no, no what? I'm putting Kona on the spot. Uh, I do that a lot though. So, um, I mean, do people really enjoy the fact that I get angry all the time and start yelling and screaming into my terminal and then publishing all of that shit? You guys really like it that much? Oh, I'm sure. I'm worthy of sarcasm, Amber. I can promise you. Now I'm gonna fuck around with Amber. If I go live, I fuck around and find out. Um, I'm gonna need more than just that. Nobody nowhere. I know, but it's not fair. Um, Nobody nowhere. I need to have like a Wendy um, cussing up a storm fan club or whatever. Where like when we initiate chats in the day or whatever, and was like, "Whoa, watch out! Wendy's gonna get mad." The fuck is going on here? Oh, this is fucking bullshit. Oh, of course. Okay, there you go. Nobody nowhere. You're officially in charge of the Wendy is upset, mad, angry, cussy, whatever club. And so when the chat happens, you have to drop in. Watch out, Wendy's very angry right now. Oh, oh. Uh, yeah. Now, uh, there we go. I'm just randomly picking people. Um, Maybe if I get angry enough, no, I wouldn't want to be president. I really wouldn't. Being president would be a very bad thing for me as a person. I wouldn't be able to deal with that stress, um, and I wouldn't be able to deal with, um, what would be necessary to make everybody happy. Because the reality of being president is, and this is not how Donald Trump is doing things. Um, you have to try to take care of everybody in the country. And you know what? No, you come over here. You come over here. You are going to come up here. There you go. There. Now everybody gets to see the cat. Oh, my cat is a pretentious asshole. Just so everybody's aware, by the way, he's not he's not a fun person. Oh, no, no, no. There's a door opening. You need to no, don't do that. No, you can't go out the door. Oh, you know what? What cat is not a pretentious asshole? Um, yeah, I think you're probably right. I think you're probably right. By the way, I want to apologize to everybody for looking all sluggy and gross and not particularly beautiful today. I look like a complete wreck. Um, I was lucky to even, you know, get out of bed this morning. So I don't normally look this frumpy. Um, so I apologize to everybody for looking frumpy. Um, I normally do actually try to look pretty most of the time. Like most trans women, I sort of, yeah, watch out for him. Really, Frump is in. I mean, I didn't do anything today. I mean, when I got up, I literally put my headpiece on and you know, sort of went over my face a little bit. And then I didn't even put a dress on. I normally have like this. You're gonna laugh at this, but I had like my normal dressing attire is I put on these nice camis or whatever because they're like light and I mean if I'm not careful I'll boob flash everybody, which I don't want to do that. But
You get a steak? Yeah,
um,
I stick on mine.
so
Chips.
anyway, so and then this dress which I bought on TikTok. Don't judge me. I bought a dress on TikTok. I don't want to. Is that mine?
Yes.
Oh, dinner has been delivered. How nice. So, we're gonna close up in 5 minutes, because I have Moe's Southwest food to eat. Are there other people that have eaten at Moe's Southwest Grill here other than me? I mean, I eat there a lot, but maybe there's other people that have never heard of it or something. I don't know. It's an Atlanta deal. Moe's Southwestern Grill was started here in Buckhead. The original one is actually over in the north end of town. So anyway, so yeah, I was all frumpy with my TikTok dress and my headpiece, and I didn't put on any makeup or anything today. So you are fully all well able and likely to judge me for looking like shit. When I'm doing my day job, which is not writing, although I will tell everybody I really want to just do thistleandmoss.com shit. Um, um, thistleandmoss.com shit forever. That's my retirement. So that's one of the reasons why I like try to discount the monthly paid plans or whatever. So the closer I can get to a living monthly wage, then I can fucking retire and I can get out of the info security field, which is the field that I am in. Yes, I am a gray hat. If nobody knows what a gray hat is, go Google that shit.
Means you're old.
No, don't listen to her. That's bullshit. You shouldn't say that to me.
Gray hair.
No, fuck off. Fuck off, Kara. My partner's a bitch. My partner's a real bitch. Oh, why? Why? Please tell me why. Why? I just don't know why. I have to say that Substack lives are way less intense than TikTok lives. Whenever I did TikTok lives, those were a mess because I got a bunch of people that would say transphobic shit like, "Oh, you'll never be a woman," and I'm like, yeah, my estrogen prescription says you're fucking wrong or whatever, but whatever. And so like I had like throes and throes of transphobic shit. And so when I do lives now on Substack, I don't get any transphobia, but then on top of that, I don't ever get cool trans questions. And I love answering cool trans questions because I'm a mom and we have 3 kids. And what the fuck are you doing with a 2-liter bottle of goddamn Mountain Dew?
I'm drinking it.
The whole fucking bottle?
Well, not today.
Well, who thinks Mountain Dew is bad for you, by the way? If anybody thinks that Mountain Dew is bad for you, say yes, please. Because if you say yes, then I can convince this bitch to stop drinking it. You know what? If you're going to give me the finger, you might want to just lube that up and use it. We have fun here. We just just have fun here. Okay, so 3 minute mark. So final questions. I will tell everybody that tomorrow, the lineup for tomorrow's schedule is going to be, so the meditation's going to come out at 9 o'clock. I have a really cool culture, family, gender identity article that I wrote like a week ago. That's going to come out at 9 o'clock also, and it's all about how culture and family and gender identity sort of collide with each other. So that everyone's aware um, that that's going to play. And then I have a really good herbal article coming out. And I want to say this for the people that are listening. So, one of the things that I'm actually trying to actively sell and the reason that one of the primary reasons that I do the paid sub is that I am a professional herbalist. So I can actually provide an herbal regimen that can treat most, if not all, symptoms that most people experience, and in a way that takes a of um, larger body of pharmaceuticals out of your intake every day. Because as a druid or woman, I believe that pharmaceuticals over time are categorically bad for you. And so, um, um, you wish I sold seeds. I'm curious. You're going to have to tell me what you mean by that, because I would totally do that if that were a thing. But anyway, so the paid for focus um, of the publication is my herbalist focus. Now, and Miranda and I have talked about this. I'm actually going to do paperback publications. So almost all of the herbalist guide activities are going to get balled up into um, paper and binding, and I'm actually going to sell that. I'm also going to publish some fiction stories that I've written over the years, and also some additional nonfiction work that I've done. So um, if you sign up for, I will just say this: if you sign up for a monthly, um, if you sign up for a monthly sub, when I get to publishing time, which is going to be here in the next, I would say, 30 to 60 days, I literally will send you a copy of the book, or I will send you a copy. So if you're a monthly sub, you'll get a copy of the herbal book. If you are a yearly sub, so if any of my yearly subs uh, are on this live, um, the uh, the 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 Druid book, which will encompass the Druid training path, the all of the Druid meditations, and some other stuff. That book, you'll actually get a copy of that for free. And then founding members, not that I have many of those, but founding members will get a copy of the fictional art, the fictional book that I intend to release at the end of the year. So, so the seeds, yeah, I thought about that. Here's the problem: a large portion of the Wendy's Healing Compendium plants, um, you can get most of those. Well, here's a question: would it be beneficial to you if I provided you sources on where to get the items in question in the Healing Compendium posts? Um, Here's where you get a bunch of that dried whatever it is. Or here's where you get seeds for that. So if I gave you sources where to get those, would that be better? Or do you really want me to go into the herbal plant selling business? I mean, not that I would turn it down. Oh, and then the other thing, we have enough subscribers. I have to ask. Um, I have a T-shirt and jacket person that does T-shirt and jacket printings. Would any of you buy Wendy the Druid branded T-shirts and stuff? Because that's probably going to be a thing we're going to do here in the next 4 or 5 months. And I will make that an offer to monthly and yearly paid subs. You'll get a free shirt for that contribution. But I also thought about doing coffee mugs and shit like that because I'm a coffee snob. But um, you know, that's kind of neither here nor there. Okay, so all things to think about. And I'm going to post this entire episode to the podcast so that everybody can watch it that missed it. Plus, the portion of the portion of the video that got like hiccupy and laggy and shit. I don't think that when I post it, it will be in that condition, and you can go back and watch that. So, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for everybody for participating. Please continue to engage. Like I said, if we're writing stuff and you see a problem, tell Miranda, tell me. We'll fix it. If you have ideas, this is also important. If you have ideas about stuff that you want us to write about, or there are things you want us to look at, then drop a note in the Wendy the Druid chat and tell us. And I mean, that's all I need is oh shit, I gotta go read something. Well, fuck, I'm gonna go out and do that. So yeah, tell us what's happening in your life and how you're affected. And things that are going on. And if you tell us that, I literally will go out and research it and churn 3,800 words or whatever over it and make it happen. So that's my closing words. So thank you, everyone. And oh, Miranda had to leave. I can talk about the bitch now. I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'm going to go eat dinner now, though. So please, everybody, have a good day and a good evening, actually. Drink some wine, have fun, do something exciting. You're all very welcome, by the way. I will tell you that every live, though, I'm just going to randomly invite you bitches into the chat. If you deny it, that's okay. I'm still going to do it because I'm spicy and salty that way. All right, well, everybody have a good evening and stay strong. And get pissed off like Wendy does.